The rooftop venue overlooked Manhattan's skyline, dressed in class, low ambient lighting, polished glassware catching the soft glow, and mellow jazz humming in the background. The setting was meant to mark a major milestone, the company's most profitable quarter to date, and the evening had been arranged by none other than our so-called leader, Daniel Carter. My wife, Emma, accompanied me that night. She wore a stunning black dress that turned heads the moment we stepped in. For months, I had kept a low profile, blending in as just another middle manager. No one knew I owned the company. I'd chosen to stay silent, to learn from the inside, to watch how leadership behaved when they thought no one important was watching. Daniel was the loudest voice in the room. Full of bravado, he wore confidence like a costume, mistaking arrogance for charisma. Everything was going smoothly until he ordered another round. That's when things started to change. His words loosened. His jokes stretched longer, louder. Then came the stares, lingering glances, overly familiar smiles, particularly when his eyes found Emma. She laughed politely at one of his off-color remarks, and I caught the way his gaze lingered too long, his grin widening just a little too much. I'd dealt with men like him before. I knew how to read them, and more importantly, how to deal with them. But what he said next crossed a line no man of dignity would ignore. Lifting his glass, smirking, he said loud enough for everyone at the table to hear, "Jason, you wouldn't mind if your gorgeous wife kept me company tonight, would you? She's with me." The table froze. Cutlery paused midair. A heavy silence took over. My stomach tightened, but I kept my expression still. I looked at Emma. Her face had lost its color, a mix of disbelief and quiet shame in her eyes. She rose slowly from her chair, voice trembling. "Daniel, that's out of line." But her voice wasn't firm. She sounded stunned, like her mind was still trying to catch up with the moment. Daniel leaned back in his chair, clearly enjoying himself. "Oh, come on, sweetheart. Don't act like you don't enjoy the attention. Your husband knows where he stands." That sentence sliced straight through my composure, not with rage, but with cold clarity. I glanced around the table. No one met my gaze. Everyone else looked down or away, unwilling to challenge him. That moment confirmed everything I had suspected, a toxic culture hiding behind boardroom smiles. Emma reached for her purse, her voice low and wounded. "I think we should go," she whispered to me. Before I could respond, Daniel laughed, waving her off. "Let her. She'll be back. They always come around." That was it. The moment everything crystallized. I stood slowly, straightened my jacket, and fixed my eyes on him. The room seemed to hold its breath. "Daniel," I said evenly, "you've had too much to drink. But before you say anything else you'll regret, there's something I need to clarify." His smirk faltered, but he tried to shrug it off. "Oh yeah? What's that?" I pulled out my phone and opened a message. "I'm not just another employee," I said, calm as ever. "I'm your employer, Jason Miller, majority shareholder and CEO of Carter & Company. We acquired your branch 6 months ago. You report to me." His face drained of all color. A fork clattered somewhere nearby. Murmurs stirred. Daniel's mouth opened, but no words came. Whatever swagger, he had vanished completely. I continued, voice firm as steel. "You just disrespected your superior in front of his colleagues. You publicly humiliated his wife. You've broken every standard of professionalism we uphold." I paused just long enough to let the moment land. "You're not going anywhere with anyone tonight, Daniel. You're terminated. Effective immediately." The silence that followed was absolute. Emma stared at me, part shock, part pride, part relief. Daniel sat frozen, pale and stunned, trying to force a laugh, but not even a whisper escaped. I nodded toward the waiter. "Put everything on my tab," I said quietly. Then I turned to Emma. "Shall we?" We walked away together, hand in hand, as hushed whispers rippled across the table. Behind us, Daniel remained in his seat, a man who had just destroyed his own career in a single evening. Every executive in that room now understood exactly where the true authority lay and how arrogance had just been met with quiet, decisive power. As the elevator doors slid shut behind us, Emma finally let out a breath. "You never told me you owned the company," she said softly. I gave her a half smile. "Sometimes," I said, "it's better to see who people really are before they know who you are." That night, as city lights danced in her eyes, I realized the evening had revealed more than just Daniel's character. It reaffirmed what mattered most to me: composure, integrity, quiet strength. Because real power doesn't shout. It simply acts and lets the silence speak for itself.